Kia ora, Legionnaires, Rycon here, and welcome back to Let's Roleplay Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead, Dusk's Tale. And before we jump into today's episode, we have some more fantastic fan art to cover, all of which are 3D renders today. The first arriving from Sleeth on Discord, we have Dusk with some luscious locks and those oh so mysterious eyes. Brilliant as always, Sleeth, and thank you for your contribution. Next up, we have two pieces of art from Kinsey/Lou, both of which are brilliant renders of Dusk in all her glory. It's very different seeing the three-dimensional spin put on our gal, and it's got me looking forward to what other pieces of art the two of you are going to be able to produce in the future. So once again, Kinsey and Sleeth, thank you very much for your contributions. And with that, it is time to dive on in. And here we are, on the surface, with Dusk where we left her at the end of the last episode, having escaped the basement. We're in a home that would have belonged to the facility beneath, a guise of sorts to keep it hidden from the public eye. Now, we can see that the windows here have been blown outwards. So whatever was inside this place has fought its way to the outside. And having a look at our map here, we're right next to a church. And this house is just right on the outskirts of the town. There are a lot of good things around here. These hardware stores or craft stores, they are very useful to us. But, well, I think we are going to have a little bit of a sneak around the house first. And we will be sneaking around. And we probably don't need to have our weapon in our hands right now. If we can avoid... Yeah, I guess we can fit it in there. Good. We can hear a lot of noise, though. A lot of noise. What do we have here? Are you frozen? You are frozen. Not so great. And looking in the bedroom, things aren't too great. We're not immediately seeing any dead. We can close one curtain. You can see that we're actually not seen here because we're kind of crouching beneath the windowsill. So that's nice. We've just got some poor fitting clothes. Let's go and close those over. And we've spotted a zombie child. And oh, wow. We've spotted more than just a zombie child. Holy. Okay, so yeah, there are many zombies, zombie children of all kinds out in the streets. So yeah, Dusk, this place has definitely been taken by the Cataclysm. They are hostile, but they haven't seen us yet. So let's see if we can keep it that way. That would be the ideal. Looks like we've got some multivitamins in here. Yeah, 2 lots of them. And you know what? I think maybe we should take them for now. We probably don't need both, but I'm going to take them because we can. Let's grab both. Thank you very much. Okay, another bedroom. Another chance to find some good things. We've got a sundress and some protection. Some extra protection. I don't think we're going to need it right now. And I don't think there's going to be anything else interesting in this home. I mean, we can have a little bit of a look around. And you know what? That I think we might be able to eat. I don't know if it's frozen or not. The tub of dairy dessert. I mean, I guess it's kind of going to be like ice cream. Let's see if we can. It is frozen currently, so no. And it's gone very quiet. Ah, there we go. Thank you, music. Hello. Yes, unfortunately, not what we were kind of hoping for. But I tell you what, we're going to get this sealed up. It's so noisy outside. There are so many infected out there that it's a lot. It's a lot. What we can do is maybe deal with whatever smashed that. Okay, we've got glass breaking up there as well. Well, you know, I was going to say, I think, you know, we could use the daylight up here to maybe do a little bit of crafting and all the rest before we head back downstairs. Really, we need something to be able to carry more stuff. The purse that we have at the moment really isn't going to help us out in the long run. So I feel like we probably are going to need to stick around. Okay, it's not too bad. We've got 2 tough zombies in the distance there. The question is, do we want to try and fight them here, or do we want to just try and head back down and hope that we can find some kind of light source for us to work with. And you know what? Honestly, I think right now, oh my god. Look at all of this. Again, we're crouching, so they haven't seen us, but look at all those chickens. It's a lot. It's a lot. And yeah, Dusk is a machine. She is a killing machine, don't get me wrong, but even that, I believe, is beyond her. Yeah, so we're going to try and be responsible and return back here. Now, we do actually have a little bit of light with this glow stick, so we could take that with us to do a little bit of work. I think the first thing that we need to have a look at is what we're actually going to be able to do in terms of storage at the stage. We have a lot of capability as Dusk. As you can see, we can make a survivor rucksack and many other kinds of things. And, well, we don't need anything too crazy right now. We just need a little bit of something. We can make a swag bag out of a canvas sack, and there was actually one down below. The encumbrance is huge. So a swag bag is a swag bag is literally just like a robber's sack. You could just fill it up with stuff. The encumbrance is huge, but the storage is pretty good as well. So yeah, it kind of straps it to your hand or your arm. And we can craft that in the current light that we have at the moment as well. Just this kind of dim light. Really, some kind of makeshift bag or even just making a basic backpack would probably what we're gonna look at doing, because it's just rags. We can get rags. Easy enough. Okay, I think that's what we're gonna look at doing. What is our encumbrance when full is 15? It's got the same encumbrance, or rather the same storage as a swag bag. So we just need to grab those rags. We have access to some upstairs, and I think that's probably what we're going to try and do, is just head back up, take care of the group that's out there, and yeah, try not bring too many of them to us. Oh, hi, friend. Yeah, so we don't want to attract them at all. But these two we can fight, and we're going to. Sinking our fangs into the side of this thing's leg, we trip it to the ground with our other... Oh, we've got another coming around the other way, but I think we should be able to kill this one. Yes, before the other one can do too much. Spinning back around, we sink our fangs in yet again, tripping the next to the ground. Staying in that crouched position seems to be working out for us, and the others don't know we are here yet. We'll quickly smash their remains, and we will see what's on them. A Linux t-shirt, eh? Okay. No, we're going to leave everything there, and we're just going to try and go straight over towards where the bed is. I'm going to stick close to the wall as well, so that we can't be seen. And let's have a look and see how many rags are on there. 45 rags. So, yeah, a pretty decent amount. Let's go back to backpack again. So we can make one here. It's too dark currently where we're standing because of shade. But yeah, we need 20 rags to be able to do that. So let's just go and transfer 20 rags just onto the square that we're on is fine. Rags. And so we go move just with M, 20, send 20 across. So now we can just haul these over here. So we're just doing some slow moving. So we could stay here theoretically and try and craft it. Do I want to try and do that? Well, let's see how much slower, faster, etc. it's going to be. So the backpack, it is still slow to do that here as well, so we might as well do this downstairs. So we're going to continue hauling, and we're going to make our way downstairs, hauling the can along with us. And ignore. Just look at how many there are. That's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Hey, we have some grenades that we might be able to throw at them. So, sorry for all the noise. There's a lot of it. So, let's get crafting. Or try to at the very least, hoping that the light is going to last. Yeah, 90%. Okay, we can work with that. And I'm going to let the crafting process happen. I will see you on the other side. So that was super loud, and there was a lot of noise. We're going to go ahead and wear the backpack, And we're now going to go ahead and just drop onto the ground the purse. So we should be looking pretty good. Yeah, volume 20 liters worth. So we can carry a lot more coming back down into this place. We have an active glow stick. I don't think we want to hold on to that. We also have a lot of 5.56 ammunition. Which are we using 5.56 in our current weapon? No, we're using the special RivTech ammunition, which is a little bit harder to come by, but hey, there's a whole heap of ammunition up here if we need it. If we were to walk around with the glow stick on us, we would have bad night sight, and just generally it'd be pretty bad for us. So we're going to be heading back down into this place for some more exploration, taking that makeshift crowbar of ours. Let's see what else awaits us down here. We have more of this place to explore. What we are going to want to try and do is try to stick to the outsides as much as possible, because that's where we're going to find the good stuff. TM. At least that's what we're kind of hoping for here. So let's get exploring. Okay. I'm feeling anxious about some of these rooms. Okay, we've got a small blob in here. I mean, the fact that there is a blob means that it's probably safe, because the turrets should theoretically attack any of these. Yep, we'll smack them into pieces as best we can. Okay, nothing. Really, the doors that we're looking for are doors like this, because they will lead to interesting places. As to what that noise is, I don't know. I do want to find out. Can I hear that noise again? Oh, hello, zombie scientist, who hasn't actually seen us yet. Let's stop crawling and just go to a regular walk. So now we can see us. So that's kind of good to know that the crouching it's kind of working as you would hope it would. The scientist stumbles forwards, Dusk not recognizing the face. In the darkness, it is hard to make out any of the features, as they are twisted by rage and hunger. But all the same, we tear into the creature. Well, you're familiar to us, but to those of you who haven't seen a creature before, a twisted mockery of the human form, emaciated with jet black skin and glowing red eyes, it's somehow painful to look at, awakening fears deep within your psyche, and even the air around it seems more sinister, darker, and more dangerous. We are not going to let this one bring that scientist back. Let's check its body, and we've got some nitric acid. I see. Handloader helper. Yeah, we're going to take that. And you, well, I'd very much like you to perish if that's possible. Oh, indeed it is. We sink our fangs in, and then with a kind of bicycle kick off the creature, we send it reeling backwards as we chase in after it. We lash out towards as it rolls to the side. We fake a strike, and then slam our long fingernails into the center of the creature's chest, digging, trying to tear out what's inside it that keeps it beating. With its heart in our hand, the necromancer is dead. What were you wearing? A motorcycle helmet and a straw hat. That's an interesting combination that you got going there. A skinny tie, a raincoat, motorcycle boots, leather pants. Okay, it's an interesting outfit that there's kind of going on there. I'm thinking the scientist has smashed through the glass here, which means that's a leg. That's a leg. Okay. We're gaining a little bit more understanding of the area. What else do we have here? An arm as well. A centrifuge tube tray and a whole heap of bleach. We know that bleach is very important when it comes to creating mutagens. But all these arms, all these legs, there's something familiar about them. Some of them are horrifically mutated. It's difficult to actually make out that it is an arm with tumors and growths and all kinds of things all over them, but others seem much more human, pale, and familiar. An unsettling feeling for Dusk. Oh, hello. Seeing you there is actually a little reassuring, because generally where there are dead, living dead, in the pool with you, there aren't turrets, generally. Okay, there we go. Let's make sure you stay dead. We're not going to consume that deep water. The smartphone. We're going to go ahead and take that out of your pocket before you slowly and surely slip into the pool of water. And that crackling, we're actually going to eat that now. Just have a bit to eat. And we have another. Oh, and we have a shocker. Interesting. Throw that one to the ground. Tear out what we can of it. Crafty Crafter's Quarterly, and a first aid kit. A thermos is nice as well, and the plastic bag of meat jerky, yes please. Oh, hello friend. Replacing another. Very quickly, bouncing the creature off the wall, we render it inert. A hiking backpack, and a damaged cell phone. We need to kind of keep an eye out for that shocker, because near that water, they're going to be somewhat troublesome. And I really would rather us not face the creature if that is possible. So let's start crouching, so we're making a lot less noise. Or should be, rather. A flu shot. It might be worth us taking that sooner rather than later. The oxygen tank is useful as well. Hey, look, our head is completely healed. Yeah, the bandage wounds on your head were healed. Very nice. We can see there's a centrifuge to the north of us. Okay. Let's just continue to cautiously make our way around here. See what we can make of this. We shouldn't actually stand next to this for too long. I do want to analyze our own blood, but we need to try and find a way to be able to do that. If that creature was still close, it might have been able to see us against... that was not what I wanted to do at all. I was trying to peek, but we did not peek through that door one bit. Yes, we need to draw our own blood to be able to actually analyze it. And I'm sure that's something that Dusk would want to do, as she is still rather confused here. Yeah, let's maybe not go that way. We're going to go to the north, and hello, what do we have here? We can hear noises inside. Prisoner containment. Well, let's see if we can crack this thing open. Unlock the entrance? Yes. Okay. Quit and shut down. Hello, scientist, and look at that, we actually have some light in here. Step inside as the creature moves towards us. We stand upright, facing it, throwing it to the ground, biting into it and sending it reeling at the same time. One strike after the other finds its mark. The scientist is more than dead. That soldering iron is coming with us, as is the clean water. The cash card can stay, as can everything else. Let's see, we don't need a drink yet, so we're going to hold on to it. The other creatures that are in here, we're going to have to deal with them first. Sending one reeling into the darkness. It lashes out towards us and slightly rips our long sleeve shirt. It was reinforced, so it's got a little bit more life left in it. With two strong, powerful slashes with her hands. This one is now dead. The refillable lighter, I'm tempted to take that, as well as the popcorn. Let's actually have a look and see what we've got in terms of lighters at the moment. We've got matchbooks primarily, but just having that source of fire is going to be useful in the long run. Thorazine, and we've got some antibiotics. Yes, please. The saline eye drops probably... You know what? Yes, just in case we do get boomed or something like that. It's good to have them as an option. Is this another... not refillable, but okay. Light disposable battery. Yes, please. Another lighter, and perhaps just a paper wrapper. Chewing tobacco. Yeah, probably don't need it, I think. Okay, moving further forward. Slashing once, twice, thrice. Killing what was there. I'm just checking the shadows. We are okay, Dusk. Make sure that one doesn't come back. Okay, we're still peckish at this stage, and it does actually still have us as being overweight, because that's just kind of how we start. It's like the kind of default state. So we're going to be trying to eat a little bit less, just so that things kind of balance out a little bit. Yeah. So what do we have here? Aspirin. Sure. We're in minimal pain at the moment, so let's take some aspirin. Just a little bit, because that should help with that. Okay, and we are actually going to open up the prisoner containment here because, well, Dusk knows what it is to be contained. She was for most of her life before this. Looking interesting in all that military gear, isn't she? There we go. Make it as fast as we can. Take it out. Looks like a pretty basic book. How to succeed in business. I need to try and reform new habits with grabbing things as well. We want to just use G rather than E. New controls and all that. Well, new. They're very old now, but I am an old dog and teaching an old dog new tricks, you know. Quickly done. Cash card? No. Smash away, Dusk. Smash away. Rather slash away. What do we have hidden in here? Let's crack that open. An oxygen tank, okay. And that just looks like antiseptic. Okay, still good. So yes, we will take that. We shall need it should we become injured. Sorry, child. That's going to have us feeling quite upset. I think we can see an element of ourselves in that child. Rather, Dusk does. We've got a brute who can knock us around a fair amount, so we need to be a little cautious there. We're going to take the streaker out quickly enough as we do. Nice bow tie. Nothing else hidden here. And now there's finally the brute. Now the brute can really do a number on us, so I think this is going to be a bit of a test for Dusk to see how she handles herself in these kind of situations. Let's see how she does. Well, not a bad start. Moving through the door frame, the creature approaches and she sends it reeling backwards with a kick to the chest. Another, she sinks her fangs into the thing's tricep? No, what are they called? Beside the neck. Those muscles. Another sends it falling to the ground. And it's yet to get a good strike on us yet. We fake to the side. And not a shot landed on us. Brilliant. Usually a tough creature. We managed to take it out before too much happened. Well, no one else like her here. Doesn't mean that there's no chance. And yeah, with that shocker down that way, I don't think we're going to go any further that way. Let's just go around. It can definitely hear us right now, so we need to be a little bit on the quick side. And we're safe for the moment. For the moment. Now we need to try and pick our next route. Usually, more often than not, going down is the best course of action, and more than likely that's what we're going to choose to do. Let's have a peek. Okay, yes, right. We have been down here, and it's nice and bright and light and all that. We've got lots of rooms that we've been through, some that we haven't. So let's continue further down this track here. Are you frozen? No, I actually think you're an unfrozen bear. You know what, if that's the case, no. Yeah, screw it. Let's have the bear. And it does go right to her head. Okay, and we have a staircase down. And a car buyer's guide. Probably don't need to do that. Have a quick peek. I think we're just looking at bathrooms here. Yes. Okay, and that's just going to link up there. That's good to see. Good to know. More homes as well. Okay, the homes are still useful to us because they can have things like this. Lunch meat. It's not a huge amount of food, but it's, you know, it's worth us picking up. The cereal, maybe not so much. We've got a stand mixer there. And another book. A samurai novel. Very nice. Okay, and there's a chance that we can find some good clothing items. Really, we're looking pretty good so far. We've got, you know, our military gear on that's kind of, you know, keeping us pretty well protected for the most part. I can pretty confidently move into these places as well because we shouldn't be running into anything too wild in them. Oh, fingerless gloves? Yes, they're poor fitting, but we can actually make those fit for us. So what's great about that is that our claws can still go through those gloves, which is exactly what we want. And a whole heap of bleach? No, vegetable cooking oil. Okay. All right. And just the bathroom. Okay, cool. Well, that's that cleared out. I wouldn't half mind going back towards where we have the light here, because I want to see if we can do a little bit of work on the fingerless gloves. So let's try and activate our sewing kit. Fingerless gloves. We need leather patches to be able to make that work. Well, we could cut up the tactical gloves that we have. Yes, it might seem like it's a bit of a waste to do that, but it's worth it. It's worth it in my mind. So let's see if we can just go ahead and drop you to the ground. Wherever you are, you're going to be under armor, which is down the bottom. Yes, tactical gloves. Yeah, they are very nice gloves, but yes, we got one leather patch. Let's hope that's enough to be able to do this thing. Fingerless gloves, until reinforced. We couldn't get them reinforced, but we managed to get them to fit. So let's go wear those. Hey, and we should still be able to have our fingernails through them. We'll take the Kevlar plate as well because it's a useful thing for us to have. Yeah, okay. I am tempted to try and get that radio powered as well. We'll come back to that though, we'll think about it. We're slaked at the moment, we're peckish. I'm not going to have anything to eat until we actually get hungry. But we are going to continue throughout this area to see what we can find. Okay. I feel okay with this room, as much as I can be okay with it. Oh, it's empty? Yeah, I just can't see the wall there. Ah, nurse bot, hello. Hello. Yes, any other individuals that are here will just have to remain here for the time being. As for us, we are going to go south. Am I though? Because I wasn't super happy about this room. Yeah, corridors I'm fine with. Rooms, not so much. Okay, this is just leading into the back of this house. Good. Yeah, I'm fine with this. Let's grab a little bit more food while we're here. Tomato soup? Yeah, sure. We're getting close to capacity at this stage, so we need to be careful that we're not just grabbing everything, because it is very tempting to do that. Okay, what did we have down here? A whole heap of light. Okay. Very well lit up rooms. Hello? Person? Prototype cyborg? Hello? I'm gonna call out to you. Dusk calls out to the individual across the room. A human, fused with a mess of metal parts and wires, while its eyes are empty. Flashes of pain across its face, reminiscent of the person trapped in this grotesque body. With enough surgical skill, one might be able to give some humanity back, if only they cared. It slowly advances towards us, with pain and confusion on its face, tripping the creature to the ground. We give it a moment, but see no change. Sinking our fangs into what flesh we can, Dusk tears, knocking the creature back towards lasers in the center of the room, until finally it stops. And then through the vents above, we hear an electronic voice yelling, "Please kill me," followed by self-preservation protocols activated. What did this person have on them? Nothing. Nothing but the clothing that was fused to them. there were other living people here, it would seem, Dusk, living like her. But they are lost, at least for now. That blob seems to be minding its own business. That's good. Ho 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 ho, that's a, yep, nope. That's a big nope room. I'm not sure if it actually was hostile to us then, which is a little strange. But I'm not going to stick around to find out. Let's have a peek, and here we go. Okay, I'm also tempted to have a peek up here. Interesting. It's a teleportation room. Okay, what do we have here? A barracks. Well, we might have found some more weaponry here. Okay, had a drink, ready. Login is successful. Let's unlock that entrance. And that it is unlocked. Peeking inside, we're not seeing any soldiers. We had trouble with the soldiers in the last. We might have trouble yet again. And oh boy, we have a whole heap of stuff. Now, do we have any elbow pads on currently? I'm not sure. There's also a sheath, which could be useful for us to use with the combat knife that's here, which is better than the combat knife that we're currently holding onto. So let's go ahead and wear that sheath, and we're going to activate that sheath, sheathing the combat knife. And yes, we do have elbow pads. Do we have knee pads? No, we don't. So let's keep our eyes out for knee pads and anything else that might be kind of useful there. Yeah. Are we rocking combat boots at the moment as well? We are indeed. Fitting combat boots. And there we go. Some knife techniques. Okay, and a faulty M17. Right, I don't even know if we're going to take the ammunition from that. The tack vest is, it's kind of tempting, but the other one that we've got on at the moment, the MBR vest, is just going to protect us a lot more. While we're here, let's go ahead and just have a read of this to see if it's actually going to help us at all. It does give us recipes, which is nice. So let's have a quick look at that. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's actually beyond. Huh. What is that going to take our skill up to? I'm intrigued because we've got okay. Oh no, cutting skills to 4. Yeah, I guess we don't have great cutting weapon skills because we haven't really used them all that much. We've got okay piercing skill. Cutting weapons is 0. Yeah, so apparently we've primarily used piercing weapons. Well, other than our fist, which I guess, yeah, the piercing weapons kind of comes from our nails. I guess we primarily use them for piercing. Primarily piercing. Let's have a quick read of these two. We're hearing mechanical wearings. Oh wow, all of the serums. Compound delivery. Pretty much teaches us how to make everything. Okay, that's good, and that teaches us how to do hand loading of pretty much everything. So good books for us to have. Very good books. All right, what do we got in here? A leather corset. Okay. The leg ammo pouch, it will encumber us a little bit. But when there's nothing on it, it's actually good for us. So let's have that because it's just extra protection even when it's empty. That shouldn't be giving us any extra encumbrance. And no, it looks like, oh yes, of course, because we have the sheath on one leg. So it's a little bit of extra. I'm okay with it for now. Let's say yes to that. What do we have here? We have a purse and we have a file. Okay, handguns. Pocket guide to firearm safety. I think we will be holding on to that. Let's just have a quick read to see if it's going to actually teach us anything at all. It will increase our marksmanship, but no, so it's not useful. We will leave it here, perhaps for another to find. As we continue to explore, what else do we have? Elbow pads and swimming trunks. Okay. Oh, that's a big book. Beautiful springtime. Martial arts training. Ooh, a complete guide to Wing Chun Kung Fu. Yes. Yes. A large tactical backpack. The volume is the same. Oh no, look at that storage. Holy crap. Okay, so I'll tell you what we're going to do right now. We're going to go I to compare what we're looking at here. So, yeah. Okay, backpack. Compare the backpack with the large tactical backpack. So, let's see. This is our current one. obviously the volume, we have a lot more volume over here. Oh, that's right, that's the amount of volume that it takes. Okay, right. But the potential storage, 65 liters worth of storage, better protection, and the encumbrance is actually better. We can see though, the encumbrance when full is a lot higher. So it will encumber us more and more, the more that we hold on to, but this is great. So we're definitely going to take that 110%. So we're going to go where? We're going to wear the tactical backpack, and we're going to go and drop our old backpack on the ground, like so. Hell yes, that thing, yeah, 70 liters worth of storage now. That is monumental. That is a lot. Very nice. This place has been very good to us. Okay, let's see, the undershirt, the army helmet. We are already rocking an army helmet, I believe. Let's just double check. Yes, we are. An army helmet that we still need to try to reinforce. We're hearing noises, I think, from inside from the west. Yeah, just from the west we're hearing mechanical whirring. That's a little concerning because that means that there's probably a bot in there. We can maybe turn that bot off if we succeed at hacking here, but we will not know for sure. I can tell you that much, we will not know for sure. We are going to go ahead and just wield this in our hands just in case. I really want to read that Kung Fu book as well, but I think we want to try and see what's going on here first. Login is successful. Unlock entrance. Yes. Lock is disabled. Okay. Okay. Holy balls. Okay, so it's aware of our presence. It's tracking us currently. It isn't killing us yet, but let's just have a read of this. The Northrop Dispatch, designed for crowd control situations, carries and deploys kamikaze drones of various types. The dark green paint job marks the lethal and feared military variant, carrying extreme and deadly firepower. We're not even going to risk that. We're not even going to risk that for a second. There are so many lights in here. I love that, but just, yeah, no. There is a strong chance that it is not going to be hostile towards us. A strong chance that by us hacking, we have neutralized it. But even if it's aware of our presence and is tracking, the things that it fires out could be hostile towards us. So we don't even want to risk that for a second. I'm just trying to see where the staircase goes. Don't actually see a staircase, so that's a little frightening. So let's not do that. And also, this door down here, this is leading to a turret room, so we need to be very careful opening those doors. So I feel like there's enough between us and that thing now for us to take a moment to try and read. I wouldn't mind reading on a chair though, so let's just see if we can steal a chair. And okay, yeah, we're hearing some cries for help. Okay, so we're going to take you, we're going to drag you down this way into the light. We're going to sit on this chair and we're going to have a read of Beautiful Springtime for a little bit here. Requires an intelligence of 9. It would be easier to master if you'd had skill in unarmed combat, which we do. A training session with this book takes 10 minutes. Okay, so let's start to learn this. I guess we're a little tipsy. Let's have a read of Beautiful Springtime. Train once. Yes, we're going to try and ignore some of the other sounds. Okay. You train for a while. Okay, and we hear, would it react differently with a child coming up from the staircase below? Alright, let's go ahead and read again. We heard bark. We train for a while. Now, my question is, if I go into here, yeah, so we don't have access to it yet, but I think if we just keep on reading for a bit, train once again. Hey. Now, in the past, generally, with learning a new martial arts style, you just learn it instantly. So this we had to read a little bit, but I like to think that we haven't mastered the style at all. We just know some of the techniques, and we'd be like, okay, I might be able to do something with that. So let's just have a look into this here. So, Wing Chun is a Chinese martial art that began by selecting the easiest to learn effective techniques from the various Shaolin animal forms. Okay, well that kind of makes sense that we picked it up quickly. It has a high stance with weight
with weight entirely on the right leg. Wing Chun focuses on sensitivity to the opponent's direction of force and flowing around it to get back to hitting. Okay, well, I tell you what, we are going to give it a try. And yes, I do realize that our weapon isn't a specifically something designed for this martial arts. Let's just go off it for a second and then go back onto it. Yeah, you take your stance and prepare to receive the gift of violence. Okay, all right. Well, I'm going to be intrigued to see how that does actually play out. So we've found one military vault so far on this level. That's good. A good sign, a good start. Let's just see what else we can find in this place. Nope, that's a big open space. So we're not going to play ball with that. We survive by being cautious. We could also go downstairs. That's another option for us. You know, just getting towards where the finale of this lab is also an option for us. And you know what? I think we are going to do that. And I think we have actually already seen a fair amount of this level, it would seem. Look, we can go down right away. Don't know if we immediately want to do that. Yeah. So this is the other barracks that we discovered. Which means that we probably won't find another one on this level, but I guess never say never. And this is where we started our journey. This is where we woke up. If wake up or woke up is the right word. We could have gone this way to start. We decided not to. Perhaps that was for a good reason. Oh, from the east we hear, I watched a snail crawl along the edge of a straight razor. How nice. Lots of centrifuges in this space and a staircase down. And metal doors leading into a space where we can see a tray. There is a tray over there. Okay. I don't want to immediately go up towards the light yet. Let's just check these discs. There's something in here. Hey, there's a USB stick with MISC software on it and some scales. Computer World. Okay, is this a magazine? It is a magazine, so it's going to be pretty much useless. What is in here? Ah, a zombie scientist, but there is definitely something behind this glass. Oh, look at that. You receive the zombie scientist gift of violence and return it in kind for 11 damage. Look, I'm going to stand still. We are standing still right now. Dusk closes her eyes. As the creature lashes out, its arm going past her face, she grabs the arm, digging her claws in underneath the scientist's jaw and pulling it directly from its face. It strikes again. Dusk pushing the attack to the side, seeing the opening, and tearing a limb off. Slashing again and again. I didn't attack once there. I did not attack once. That was all the scientist. We're going to take that battery? Well. That is something. Okay. I haven't played with that martial arts before, that style, so I'm intrigued to see, hello, old friend, exactly how that thing can handle you. I would very much like to see you. And now being in this space is very reminiscent of her home lab that she destroyed, that she nuked into the ground. Whether or not that's something that she'll have to do to this place, well, I guess we'll see what else they're holding here, because it definitely seems like there are some other things here. Let's make our way around, Dusk. Okay. Let's see what awaits. A crawler. She has seen one of these things before. A conglomeration of human parts fused together in a horrible mismatch of function, slowly dragging its eldritch body across the ground. And in here, a crick. But a different take on the crick. This is the new kind of crick. I do like it. This is some form of otherworldly hound, lean and hungry looking, its twisted red flesh stretched tightly across its misshapen angular frame. Loping grotesquely along, its unusually long neck stretches forward, its skull-like head near the ground as it sniffs out its prey, its foulness partially veiled by some arcane force. It seems to almost flicker in and out of your perceptions in a fashion that awakens ancient nameless terrors in the back of your mind. Let's see if we can open this on up. Emergency containment unlock. Yes, the locks are disabled. The creatures are released. The crick rushes forwards. Our attack misses the crick, but you don't let up. Now let's try ourselves to attack. The crick is running, trying to escape. We deliver a vertical straight punch to the crick's spine, sending it reeling backwards into the edge of the room. The creature cowers, perhaps afraid, until it works up again. And there we go. As it attacks, we lash back out towards it, but the creature is fast, difficult to hit. And eventually, after grabbing it by the neck and slamming it down into the ground, the crick melts away into some other place. The crawler now, its grotesque form, pulling itself through the door. And Dusk, well, she does what she does best, sinking her fangs into the creature and punching it straight down. Attack after attack. A solid left hook to the creature, and then finally, it dies. Last but not least, the Migo. Let's see if we can get this thing open. Alright. Unlock. Yes. The lock is disabled. Now the Migo will try to run. But we will not let it. Okay. Yeah, so, Migos, they're nothing to kind of scoff at. Especially this kind of early on. But still, we're having some strong attacks. We were pulled forwards. With attack after attack, slowly starting to whittle the creature down, it begins to cower. We hear it as it climbs back up to its feet. I'm hungry. We lash out again, delivering a punch as the creature attempts to run. Unable to open the door, it circles around Dusk as she just waits, watching the creature move, its inhuman arms, searching for something, a way out, and that head, like the inside of a fish, breathing, observing the space, not of this world. She lashes out again, forcing the thing up against the wall, trying to get something from it, anything. After attack, slashes into the creature. Call an ambulance. And then... cut those fucking tentacles off, bitch. Why don't you touch it and find out? No, I don't think we will. We will try to bring some kind of finality to this thing's existence. Until finally, with that last bite, fangs digging in deep, tearing out what might have been a jugular, the Migo falls silent and dead. Dusk, still the most dangerous monster in this place. Exactly how she likes it. Now, we did take 2 small wounds there. Probably worth us bandaging, which we are going to not do right now, because honestly, having a backup of bandages in case of actual bleeding is probably going to be better for us in the long run. So yeah, we're going to hold on to those. But we are going to move further down here into what I imagine might be prisoner containment. No, it's another barracks. Well, yes, definitely yes. I would love to. If it's anything like the last, although we do have to remember that there was just a tank drone effectively roaming around in the other, so we just need to be a little cautious. That's a possibility that can happen here. Okay, so the M17, you take the 9x19mm rounds. Okay, so useful, but I don't know if I want to go digging through every single one here. Tau of the handgun. Yes, please. I think we will take that. And we will just have a quick flick through it, just so we can get an idea of what we're looking at here. Lots of different sight modifications and all the rest. We can actually learn from it as well, because we don't know too much about handguns, so that's good. And there's a military rucksack here, a pretty damn decent storage for us, but nowhere near as much as the large tactical backpack, which can just give us a ungodly amount. Messenger bags. Now that we've got a backpack, we're going to find all of the backpacks ever. Close quarter fighting manual. I don't actually think there's anything else that we can learn from that, but we'll go back into the light for a second just to have a quick little bit of a read, just so we can find out for certain. Ignore the hellos. We do not need to listen to those. No, nothing we can learn from that, so let's just go and drop it. And carry on towards the others. Okay, ballistic glasses, nothing else. Tactical baton defense manual will teach us about bashing, more than likely. So good to see. The holster. We're already rocking a holster, are we not? Yes, we are, which has the IDW in it, which I should attempt to remember, because that's a pretty damn decent handgun. Okay, nothing else. Well, here we go. Let's see if we can do this thing. Unlock that entrance. Hack in. The lock is disabled. Okay, let's have a peek. We're not immediately encountering a tank drone. That's great. But you also notice here, you see all of these ammo casing belts around here? There was a turret in here, but by us using the terminal here, we managed to deactivate that turret. However, with all of those linkage and all the expended ammo on the ground, it means that it was firing at something in here, or trying to fire at someone, even from a distance. So it's kind of a little spooky, because we don't see any bodies in here, but I feel like it was probably trying to target things through the walls. Now, we've seen that before with Bran, where one of the 50 caliber turrets was actually able to fire through the walls eventually and just kind of get through everything. So this is an SBWI like R1. We are going to actually just take out the magazine from that one there. Like so. 40mm buckshot, okay. The drum magazine we're not going to take. That magazine we're not going to take. We are going to take all the 40mm stuff though, and this is another packed law. It sure is. You know what? We're going to have to hold on to that. We can use that law outside against the big horde that's built up. I mean, like, that sounds like a good idea, right? Yeah, of course it does. Right, we've got some regular 9mm. Well, not regular. And yeah, I guess it would be good to try and start collecting some of that ammunition that's out there, because there's a lot of it. Smoke cover, I'm never ever going to use that, so no. Now this is an M17 that's actually in pretty good condition, so we will take that for now, because I think that's going to be a nice backup for us to have. I gotta think so. Chicken noodles, hell yes. Okay, another Scar magazine. Some more Full Metal Jacket 9mm, good. Okay. Yes, but you're for the P320, which might be this one up here. No, this is a Glock. But the Glock also takes this ammunition. So I tell you what, we're going to take both of them. We are going to compare them to see which is going to be better. So we're going to take the Glock, the M17, and just see how they stack up. So the Glock has a higher ammunition capacity. Let's see, effective recoil is less. The damage is going to be higher ever so slightly with the M17. Let's just see if we can see. Yeah, everything else is pretty much the same, really. The Glock can do burst. It's semi-automatic. And it does have a automatic. Okay. Ooh, see, that's very tempting. I guess we'd have a lot more magazines. The Glock magazine has to be a specific magazine, whereas the P320 magazines, we've got heaps of those. That's a toughie. I guess more often than not, if we are pulling out that, it's because... Ooh. trying to see if there's anything else in here that we might be missing. Ported barrel, okay. I feel like the Glock is going to be the better weapon. But the M17 is more of a military weapon as well, though. So, yeah, decisions, they're never easy to make. Never easy to make. I tell you what, I'm going to hold on to both of them for now because I don't know my firearms all that well. And I know that many of you know them a lot better than me. So perhaps that's something that we can decide between episodes. But I'm happy with everything that we've got from here for now. What I am going to do is just go back through these and just take some of those magazines out. We can deal with them as it comes to it. There wasn't one in there. And don't believe there's one in here either. Okay, well, I guess that's that. I think if they are in here, they should be... Oh, they are near the top. Okay, we will just unload you. Go over to the next tier. Nope. It will say locker, so we'll be able to figure it out pretty quickly if there is something there. Like that. There we go. Excellent. Okay, so we still have a little bit of time left in today's episode. Not a huge amount, but a little bit, so we can continue doing just that little bit of exploration. We can hear hostile detected coming from inside this room. And I'm not actually able to see what was in here. Maybe not coming from within this room at all. No, we're hearing it from the south and above. Okay. Close that back on up. Okay. Staircase down. Definitely a turret in there, so that's a big time nope. And these rooms here, I can't imagine that we'd be looking at anything too amazingly good inside of them. I mean, they very well could be, but I'm not going to risk that. What I am going to risk is going downstairs to satisfy at least some of our curiosity. That's a bit concerning. That's also a bit concerning. There's a turret down here as well. I think that's the bottom of the lab. If I had to guess, if I had to take a wild guess, I'd say that's probably more than likely the bottom of the lab. So we would want to try and find another point down, which we have one over here. Maybe that's a more acceptable point for us to go down. Let's have a peek. Okay, I think this is a very large area. And, yeah. I'm not sure about being down there. We've got another way down as well, which we can certainly explore. Just over in this direction. Actually, two different ways. We've got here and then a staircase that's just a little bit further along. Okay, that's a little bit better. Let's maybe do that. Okay. Oh, I don't... from the east we hear kaboom. I don't like that. We're hearing rebooting. Hostile detected. Yeah, that's all pretty bad stuff, really. We need to wield our SPW. We've got the law as well. I know that we can't use martial arts with this. I'm learning to accept that. The darkness here will be good for us to a point. However, there is a strong chance that we might get picked up in that darkness by any number of things. Robots and turrets have gone through so many different iterations where their sight changes. I don't know where it's at the moment, so going to this place could be very, very dangerous. But in saying that, we know that we are going to need an extra element to us to be able to survive on the surface. Dusk remembers how she was before. She remembers the mutagens that she took. She's going to need to set up a chemistry lab of sorts so that she can start to experiment with those mutagens, so that she can become more than just Dusk, so that she can improve what she has and hopefully avoid becoming a melted pile of goo on the ground, something that I don't think any of us want. But for now, I am going to be wrapping up today's episode. It seems this music always comes on, like pretty much exactly when the the end of the episode is going to be. Thank you for joining me again, and thank you for all the amazing art that we've had for Dusk so far. This is just the beginning of her journey. She still has so much more to achieve. I'm always willing to take your advice on board, and we would like to see the direction of the series go. From here, she's going to be walking back out into the surrounding area, an area that she doesn't know all that well. We are near Mount Auburn, but rather in an area called Auburn Heights. We're by West Windsor, Standish and Garland. There's a train station over to the east. Perhaps that does lead to somewhere that she might be able to find her friends. Or, alternatively, if she can find an evac shelter, she might be able to find the location, the address of the nearest refugee centre. Hoping that it is the centre that she'd been to before. Hoping that her friends will be waiting there for her. But that shall all be in the future. Thank you for joining me. I have been Rycon. You have all been awesome. I hope your year is off to a fantastic start. And until next time, stay tuned.